arguably been, one of the most tumultuous periods at UCT Law, only to graduate online. After the final year we have all endured, a grand jubilee on the upper campus steps would have been the well-deserved closing to our time at law school. However, the world had other ideas, and evidently the challenges of 2020 did not disappear overnight and have somehow creeped their way into slowly starting to define 2021 as well. The last 3 to 4 years have encouraged us to never veer away from a challenge. And by encourage, I'm definitely referring to the coercive force of not wanting to be left behind. It has been said that without challenge, we set ourselves up with the inability to become a better version of ourselves. Many of you have realized personal lessons which 2020 had to offer. Whether it was realizing that a certain area of law is where you are destined to innovate, learning that a personal relationship would drain any ability you'd have of achieving dreams, or even realizing that a career path that you had been chasing since your first year at university is not quite the path you envision for yourself anymore. These are all changes, arguably for the better. However, it is also possible that you feel that 2020 may not have changed you for the better, or it made you believe or realize even your worst fears. So you find yourself at a roadblock where positivity feels like an impossible emotion and frustration clouds you every day. The truth is, it's easy to feel that way now, and many times you'll find yourself asking, what's the point? The simple answer is you. You are quite literally the master of your own destiny. You decide what the point is, a very powerful decision to make when you have an LLB. This degree is vested upon future judges, leading academics, policy writers, corporate giants, entrepreneurs, and community leaders. Terrifying, I know. People will listen to you, whether you should be listened to or not, and that's the power of an LLB. That is also the responsibility of having an LLB, and it is what it has led up to surviving 2020 that truly deserves the praise. Last year, this class displayed exceptional leadership, innovation, resilience, and resolve for many when the circumstances felt hopeless for many. I trust that the experience of last year will push you towards becoming the change you would like to see in the world. As cliche as it sounds, the power and responsibility that the LLB has bestowed upon you is desperate to be fostered in this way. The greatest skill the LLB aspires to impart is the ability to truly think critically. And not critical thinking light, but actual critical thinking backed up with evidence and sound reasoning. How you choose to utilize this is up to you. But if I may, I would like to offer some advice. And yes, I know many of you should be offering me advice instead because you're all so brilliant. But hear me out. Don't play dirty. It's not worth the personal or human cost. Make sure that you are respected and not feared, and never infamous but revered. This community is much smaller than you think. Well, that's all for unsolicited career advice from my part. And all that's left now is for you to celebrate. Celebrate what you have overcome. Knowing the inhumane obstacles that so many of you had to defeat makes the recognition of today's achievement all the more significant. And most importantly, thank those that assisted you along the way. Whether it's a legal writing tutor that gave you advice that changed the trajectory of your legal writing forever, a library staff member that gave you words of encouragement when you really needed it, or a lecturer that fundamentally shifted your worldview for the better. It does not cost anything to show this gratitude and debunk every stereotype there is about a law student or being part of the legal community, because the class of 2020 is anything but an ordinary group of graduates. On that note, I would like to thank all the support staff, administrative staff, lecturers, and fellow students that supported this class throughout their degree. Your efforts have been felt. Thank you once again for this great honor. I hope we will be able to gather as a class in the future. May you all grow to be successful as measured by standards that only you have set for yourself. Thank you to the LLB class of 2020.
Thank you, Janelle. And now our Dean, Professor Danwood Chua.
Thank you very much, former President Danelle Plaikis, for that wonderful tribute and words of encouragement to fellow graduates. I would like to welcome all members of staff to this pre-graduation event. Special welcome to parents and family, and even a more special welcome to the graduating class of all of this year and of all streams. You have finally done it. Come rain, come COVID. This is a very special occasion. Some of you started your journey at the height of protest, and all of you ended and completed your studies under the most unusual circumstances. You faced daunting challenges, you overcame all of them, and here we are at last. You have earned the much sought after LLB from no other than UCT. You deserve all the congratulations in the world. To get here was almost impossible last year. It seemed impossible to get to this point last year. In April last year, Kramer was a site of confusion, fear, and trepidation among both students and staff. Nobody knew what was coming. We were faced with the unprecedented challenge of a previously unknown disease that was spreading fast and wreaking havoc in its path. We know that both you and staff have lost loved ones during this very difficult period. This is why this graduation is even more special. This is why this class is particularly special and will remain so in our hearts for a long time to come. We're not going to complete the year without your full cooperation and assistance. We had to change our teaching methods, go online for extended periods of time, change our assessments, which everything was daunting from our side, but also from your side. And you were with us all the time we were faced with these challenges. Because of this class, we have had a much better teaching this year. So on behalf of the faculty, I thank you. And at this moment, I would like to ask members of staff to switch on their mics and clap hands to indicate our celebration of this event, to congratulate this group of our special students. Please. Thank you very much. Now, for you to reach this moment, it is no doubt because of the contribution that your parents made, your relatives, grandparents, brothers and sisters, whatever village that you call you belong to as a child. So these people have stuck with you. There were challenges on the way. They cried with you. They encouraged you. They hugged you. They did everything. They supported you in all ways. So I'd like to ask you, the students, to switch on your mics and record your appreciation to these special people who have supported you. Could you please clap hands for your parents at this stage? Now, we know that you couldn't anywhere get a PhD, an LLB without academic staff, without support staff. These are the people who were with you all the way. They looked at some point as if they were fighting you, but they knew one day you will be here and they will be so happy to see you graduate. So I would like to ask you to indicate and record your appreciation for these special people. And in particular, I would like you to celebrate and congratulate members of staff, especially the special one I'm going to mention, whom we lost on Wednesday night this week, Miss Vanessa Stiment, who was the finance manager. I know some of you had a special relationship with her because she used to support you when you needed extra help, when you hit some of the most troubling challenges, especially financial. So when you clap hands for all staff, please remember that you are in this particular occasion also expressing your appreciation to Vanessa Stiment. Could you switch on the mics and clap hands to acknowledge your support, the support you received from the Thank you very much for that. Now, you have about 2 or so hours to be formally awarded the LLB. Now, that means that you get the rights, the full rights to use it the way you want to use it, to advance yourself, to advance your family, to advance society, whatever you want to do, you have the right, full rights to use it the way you want. We will not retract it unless you do something stupid, maybe. I don't know whether we can retract it. It's yours. But having a law degree is not like having any other degree. It has special responsibilities. First of all, the responsibility to law and justice. Law is a hallmark of society. Everything that we are witnessing now in South Africa and beyond has something important to do with the law. Lawyers can make or break society. So you have this degree, but it comes with a huge responsibility. We have equipped you with the values and skills that will distinguish you from the rest. Some of you showcased your abilities and potential to do public good, to serve communities, to serve others already when you were here. That spirit, you have to take it forward and invest even much more into doing public good, especially public service. So you can get rich the way you want, but please remember that you have a law degree. The law degree has to be used to advance justice and the rule of law. You also have responsibilities arising from the fact that you got this LLB not from anywhere else but UCT. This is a special place. People out there expecting you to join them, to work with them, and expect a standard of service, of competence that is unique to UCT graduates, the values that attach to being a UCT graduate. So this is a huge responsibility that you have to discharge. And if you are not able to discharge those responsibilities, please don't mention that you got the degree from UCT. Just say you have the LLB. We'll be very happy to do that. But most of you, I know, will discharge this responsibility with distinction and will make the faculty proud. Now, there's also the last responsibility, which is to those who come hereafter. You know, in Africa, we say that society or community is made up of the dead, the living, and the yet unborn. The UCT society is made of the alumni, current students, and future students. So when you leave, you need to remember that you have left other students here, and there will be other students to come. You might not be able to do something to help existing students or students that come, but some of you might have. You might see opportunities for articles. You might come across opportunities for funding students. You need to engage existing students, but also with staff in order to support fellow students. You also have a responsibility to help one another. There are some who don't have jobs yet or don't have articles. You have to work together in solidarity to support each other. So with these words, I would like to reiterate the congratulations to you from the faculty. We wish you all the best in your endeavors, whether it is business, whether it is practice, whatever you do. We wish you well. And remember that there is UCT Law here, and you can support us in many ways that you feel you are able to. So with these words, thank you very much. I hand over back to the Deputy Dean, Dr. Idenson.
Thank you, Professor Chua. And now, to encourage our graduates not to leave us completely, a few words from our marketing manager, Gaby Ritchie.
Hi, everyone. Yeah, huge congratulations. I can only echo the words that Dr. Idenson has shared and Prof. Chirwa, as well as Danelle. This is just a little plug to say, as Dr. Idenson said, please don't go away. I'm sure many of you are so relieved to have finally achieved your LLB through all the kinds of challenges that Danelle mentioned, that you're probably feeling like you might not want to see us again for quite a while. But you are now full-fledged UCT alumni, and we would love to stay in touch with you to keep posted on your careers, what you're achieving, where you are in the world, and to keep you posted on what's happening in the faculty. So we have a dedicated alumni office that is a central UCT office, as well as my office, which I think you probably are all a little bit familiar with. And there's also a platform that is kind of Facebookish. It's called UCT Alumni Connect. And I hope to be in touch with you all. I'll include those links. And you can join that platform as a way of staying in touch with your classmates, but also as a way of indicating what kind of support you're willing to make available to other law students or upcoming law students. And you would be able to indicate if you could offer advice or help or networking, or potentially in the future, we would hope perhaps some financial support as well. So yeah, congratulations, you're full-fledged UCT alumni, you've earned the right, you've earned the label, and I am quite sure that you will make use of that UCT network, which is strong, it's global, and there's just a real bondedness amongst UCT graduates. Congratulations. Thank you, Dr. Idenson.
Thanks, Gaby. That brings us to the end of our program. So, to all of our graduates, congratulations on a remarkable achievement. And wherever you go from here, go well, and know that we are very proud of you and that you leave with our very best wishes. And now I invite you all to turn on your microphones, make some noise to celebrate the graduation of our LLB class of 2020.
Including the videos, including the videos.
Well done, Gabe.
Well done.
Bye-bye.
Well done, and blessings for all of you.
Congratulations, everyone.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Oh my God. You guys did it.
I want to say congratulations. I'm so proud of you all. Well done, graduates.